Hey crafty friends, welcome back to the Old Paper Lady. I'm Lori. If you're new here, hi and welcome, and thank you for joining us. Today is Merry Make Monday. I didn't shoot a video for Sunday because I had other things going on. My son came and spent the night with me, and we just watched the football game. I cut up some lace and stuff yesterday, and then so I just hung out around the house with my children. So today is Merry Make Monday. So what I'm going to do is I have this box of stuff that from, left of pre-made, needs to be decorated ephemera, basically. A few tags and stuff off of gifts and such, which that is beautiful. Our neighbor across the street brought that to us. It's beautiful, and I just need to cover up the writing on the back. So we're just going to grab out of this box and decorate and see what we can get done today, basically. Hope everybody is doing good. Had a good weekend. Had a really good weekend, really productive. Like I said, my son, he was in town yesterday. Saturday. Him and the baby girl, they went thrifting and such, and it rained, and I was just like, I ain't getting out of the house today. So I stayed home and organized a bunch of stuff that I was wanting to still get done, and then printed for about 4 or 5 hours last night and watched Titanic. So, but yeah, I got a lot done yesterday. I cleaned out my cabinet, got it organized how I want. I got a bunch of my stickers and stuff like that cleaned up and put out from where I needed them. I got my dresses where I did the haul last week, all the lace dresses. Got all those cut up and organized and put where they needed to go until I want to get them out and use it. So I just been still on the organizational setting up my workstation better for myself, the better my workflow. Things that I wanna use and keep close by me, but don't have to sit right on my desk. Because I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna grab out of that and use stuff out of that, but it don't have to sit right on my desk. So that's what I've been working on. But now I do have a bunch of like holiday themed stickers and stuff like that. I thought about doing a D-stash. If anyone's interested, let me know in the comments. If you are, I'll do one later on this week. But for the moment, I thought I would ask and see if you all would be interested in that. If not, then I'm just going to either donate it to the school or just get rid of it, I guess. I don't know. But it's I got Easter stickers. I have a bunch of birthday stickers, bunch of Valentine's Day. Then I have like summary everyday type things. So that, I'm going to call that good. And that can be put in a pocket or something in a journal. But yeah, I got a lot of stuff like that. And it's just stickers. Let's get in here to the pocket section. Let's dress up some of these here. Yeah. Okay, so let's do some of these here. And this, I like this, but I want some stickers or fussy cuts or something on it. You know what I'm saying? These came from Hobby Lobby. Just want to see how pretty that's going to look on that. I like that holiday greetings to you there on that. These may be a bit busy for some of these, but I think this one here will be really pretty right there. I actually do like that quite a bit. And then, I kept out my my holiday colors. Usually I pack all of that up and just bring it out when it's that season, but I kept them out this year just because I knew I wanted to do some, you know, do this. So that's what we're doing. So I think that's going to be super pretty. And then, you know, it doesn't have to be elaborate. I love the trees and stuff, and I think that's, you know, just needed a little label of some sort there. So there we go. That's done. Now, I don't know if I can use any of these on these here. Maybe this. Put Be Jolly there. I like that. And then put, like I say, these backgrounds are a little bit busy. So I'm just going to put Be Jolly right here. And I may put something else over here. Let's see. That's setting up too high. I can't get into it. And that's pink. That's pink. Let's see here. We got some little labels and tags and these little circle things here. I think we can take and put Mr. Santa Claus on that, and I think I would like that. I think so. I think that would be quite cute, actually. Yeah, I like him on there. But it's about, let's see, about 4:30-ish on Sunday afternoon. We have had snow flurries and snow squalls come through here to the point of you'd think it's going to be snowing an inch an hour. And then it'd snow like 15-20 minutes. And then it just quit. And it's been doing it off and on all day. But it's so pretty coming down. Now our area is expected to supposedly, they're calling for snow chance really good Thursday, which is the 15th. And then they're calling for maybe possibly another snow chance the 18th. So we'll wait and see what's going to happen. Right now, you know, the Arctic blast is working its way into our area. And we're just getting heavy snow squalls coming off of the mountain. I like him. That's cute. So that's what we're dealing with today in our neck of the woods. And I got this dog barking because my mama's up running back and forth. So he thinks he's got to, you know, put his 2 cents worth in. And these are just some tags that just really just need to have their hole punch and inked, and they would be done. I mean, I got a bunch of stuff like this. It just needs to be dealt with and finished. You know what I'm saying? So then that little sack of goodies will be emptied out. Yay us. These need to be trimmed up on. Let's see. But yeah, stuff like this is what I'm talking about. I need to finish up, get done, and put, you know, once I ink them and stuff, and I'll just put them in the tags for the Christmas stuff. But it's just a lot of little things like that. It needs to be done and just finished up. So I may put those on that. I don't know yet. But these here need to be a little trim on them. So this box was the box that I was using, like if I needed to have, if I needed to make something, and I took and backed a bunch of thinner Christmas scrapbooking paper on cardstock. I backed it on time cards and index cards. When I went through and organized my Christmas stuff, I just pulled out any thin scrapbooking papers that needed to be backed, and most of it was one each of what was in a scrap pad, and they came from Hobby Lobby and or Michaels. So the ones that needed to be backed, I took and backed all of those and put them in this, and that is going to be our decorate box. And try to get work through it, and then I kept little bits and pieces of stuff that was just you know, the one-offs or just a few things left that needed to be used up. Stuck it in there, and I was like, we're going to use that to work with. So, but yeah, I got a lot done yesterday. I printed off about 10 kits last night. See, 5 or 6 of them need to be fussy cut, and the rest of them need to be printed on the back of, and they're just page kits. So I said I'm gonna eat after I get my grocery picked up today. I'm gonna eat, and then I'm gonna shoot my video for Monday. So then after I do this, I'm gonna sit there and go through that needs to be printed on the back of. Find the ones that are just page kits, print on the back of them, move them over here so we can play with it. See what else we want to get into. Now you probably will hear the wind howling and blowing like crazy because it's blowing like 30 miles to 40 miles an hour. And it is just madness outside. So I'm staying in the house. Now these here, I think I'm going to go ahead and poke the holes in them, and then we'll put the gold hole punch on them, and it'll cover up the rest of that white that's on there. But these are some beautiful, and it came from actually a Christmas kit that I did, not this past year, but the year before. And I just had them in there. And, you know, when you organize your stuff and get it together with your fussy cuts and stuff like that, you find the things like this that you just keep, you know, pushing to the back. Because that's not what you're working on at that point in time. Now, I don't think I can use any more of these stickers on those things because they are too busy of a background. So I'm just going to lay them to the side for right now. Get my gold hole punches out here, and we'll just put the hole punches on them. These here have deers and like woodland type themes with the stuff on them. We just need to poke the hole punch out of that. Now, when I make tags and stuff like that, I normally do not throughout the year put the lace bits on them, because it's easier to store flat tags than it is to store all the tags with their decorated lace bits up. That takes a whole lot more room. So normally what I do throughout the year is I'll make the tags and everything, do everything to them, but put their toppers on them. Just because it's a whole lot easier to store the flat tags like this than it is to store the ones that have all the lace stuff on them. Now those just need to be inked. And then we need to put the toppers on these. So I'm going to get it ready to then once it gets to, you know, full on holiday decorating season, I pull out all the Christmas themed toppers and laces and ribbons and such. And then when we pull these out to go with a page kit, and see how that, but you see how the hole punch is bigger, so you can get you some of these. Just, you can get an individual hole punch off Amazon, or the one I got, it punches 18 at a time. It's about 2 inches wide by 3 inches long, and it runs through the mini cutter. What is it? Ugh. The die cutter. And I got it from Temu. You also found them on Amazon. This one's just circles. There's several on Amazon that have different shapes and such. But yeah, it cuts 18 hole punchers at a time. So at the moment, the only foil that I did was gold. I got a bunch of colors of foil from Michaels when they had a Black Friday sale. So I want to take and fussy cut all the colors of foil for, you know, the hole reinforcers And most of the time, if the hole is, you know, if it doesn't leave the white around it, I normally don't put it on there. But if it leaves a white speck, then I put the hole reinforcer on it to cover up the rest of that white. And it seems to work pretty good. If I don't glue it to my finger, that is. So yeah. And that gold actually really goes with this pretty good. So now I got pretty much everything organized to where I want it. You know, to where I'm like, I'm done getting out boxes and dragging it out and going through it type stuff. Because I know pretty much where everything is to start with. But I did want to, like I said, organize this cabinet behind me that was basically just being used as a storage cabinet. And I'm like, I can use the shelf in my bathroom as storage for most of this stuff, because I don't shower in my bathroom. It's got a soaker tub and all of that in it, so it's not going to be like steamed up or anything. So I said, well, I can pull most of this stuff off of that I don't have to, you know, reach and grab and get into. So then I have, you know, my fussy cut boxes, my kit boxes, and then I have all of it organized to where, you know, what I'll need to work on and want to keep close to me, but just don't want it cluttering up my desk. I put it in this cabinet behind me. And yes, I will eventually do a craft corner show and tell, but it won't be probably until February, because I got another shelf coming that I want to get to put in there that's not going to be on wheels. The one that I have can be on wheels, but I just wanted it sturdy, because originally when I bought this shelf, it was just to put my couponing stuff on for like my toilet paper and paper towels. So, and it has since evolved to I have another shelf in my hallway that's for that. And so now this shelf in my room has evolved to being backup craft shelf. Now all the boxes in it are sealed up. You know, there's no moisture or what have you. It's going to get in it. And so I'm happy with it. Any open boxes and such like that, like my kit boxes and you know, these boxes like this here, that's open on the top, they're on the shelf in here right behind me. And I am super duper happy with the way everything is working out organizational wise for me. Because, you know, I sit here after I get off of the video and uploading videos, and I'm like, well, how can I make it to where I can better use my craft corner, you know, and have the things that I need. You know, like not every single video, but, you know, like, you know, have on hand what I'm going to be working on. Does that make sense? You know, like I have bags and bags of scrap lace and trims. You know, so I've got this bag here that's just on my desk. And when I use it up, I'll fill it back up with the sealed up box stuff that's packed up. So then I don't have to have, you know, just rolls and rolls of lace and this and that and other just piled up on my desk, because it makes me feel claustrophobic, and I can't think, you know. If I feel like I'm claustrophobic and squeezed up, it hinders my thought process most of the time. My creativity doesn't flow well. Now, I may not, you know, be doing nothing spectacular here, but this is just a few things that, you know, like I said, that have just been pushed back to the side. Just need to be done. Just needed to be finished. Okay, so now let's work on these pockets. I think I can put these little round fussy cuts here on these, and we can put a Christmas word on them and get them used up. I'm just going to put Santa Claus there with the bird, put the little baby here, put a word on that. So now I need, and this here is just all journal cards that just need to be inked. That's all that is. They journal cards that need to be inked. Let's see. There's only a few more things in that need to be used. We're going to try to use that up today too. Some labely bits. Here's some labely bits from the Junk Journal Studio. Put us some label bits on these here. And I got my camera a little bit brighter today. Just cause, like I say, you know, it's gloom and doom outside today here. With the snowing and such. Don't have to be nothing fancy. That's going to blend in, ain't it? Well, if I get my fingers to work, that'd be grateful too. That's the other thing. My fingers don't want to work a lot. So I'm just going to put that on that. I think that's going to be cutesy. There we go. I'm happy with that. Let's put all this up because I didn't want to cover up. Maybe we put a red one on that. Ooh, look, there's the number 3. I got 3 babies, so there we go. That works. Don't blend in too much. That is a lot of fussy cuts right there. And I still don't have them all cut because some of these here are bleeding into the cutter. It don't recognize the edging on them. Okay. And no, right now at the moment, I do not have a journal in mind for this stuff. I'm just making. And then when we pull out our stuff for Christmas, that if it goes with it, then we'll put them in there. So it is a little bit newer aged background. I need to trim that up. That looks a little ugly, don't it? Where's my regular scissors? Right here. But you see what I'm saying? Like it won't recognize the whole outside line because these are printed on 20-pound printer paper. And sometimes where the line is broken, it will not recognize it. If you see how the line's broken there, it won't recognize it. And I don't feel like sitting here with everything and drawing a line around it. So I'll just cut some of the things that it won't recognize out just by hand. Just because, you know, either way I'm going to have to fool with it. And I don't want to fool with it twice by drawing a line around it with a pencil so it recognizes the cut inside that line. And then having to set and put it on the fussy cutter. You know what I'm saying? So I just rather just cut it out by hand and just go on with it. Okay, so now let me get the glue stick, since all of that is regular copy paper, and we'll just glue stick it. Well, if I could work the glue stick today, my goodness, I can't really seem, and I said that earlier, I was like, I have no control over my limbage. You know, like my arms and my legs, it feels like they're just flopping. And that happens some days. It's like I'm hulking out and don't have any control over over where my limbs go. And that don't have to be exactly straight there. We'll just put a little bit catty cornered, just for the good measure of it. Put that there because that bird got cut. And I wanted to keep this birdie. Now we could just use that as it is, but you know, I want to use these bits up. So we're using these bits up. Then just put Santa Claus here in the corner. And then we still got our bird there. Cute. Okie doke. And I'll wipe my fingers and then we'll ink it. Then I'm going to find something for these bits here to go on. And yeah. Okay, so that's it. Red. So let's do this in red. Bring the red out. I think that'll look good. So I'm just basically just trying to get a few things used up and finished up that are bits and pieces of stuff. Oh, and guess what? I got my external memory, which is a 2 terabyte, is on the way. It will be here this coming Friday. I can't wait because, you know, as I'm printing, you know, if it's like I say, if it's a page kit that's just pages, or, you know, just a journal kit, I'll print those and delete those off because I'll print 2 copies of it, and I probably won't want to make anything else other than that out of it. So then, like these here, the fussy cuts, anything that's fussy cut wise, you know, that I know I can reuse, I'm gonna put this up, and then if I can re-download the kit, I will. If not, because you have a purchase history, and then if that seller has not removed that kit from their site, you can go back on your purchase history on Etsy, and even though you've already downloaded it, you can go back to your purchase history and re-download that. But now, with that being said, if your purchase history, they've removed it from their site, or, you know, this like the one lady, Deb at Artsology, you know, with her 51 tags and 50 some pocket kits and stuff like that, I went back. Those are gone because she closed her site down. So, you know, that kind of stuff like that I know I can reuse, I'm just putting in my picture portion right now. And then I'm going to wait. I'll print stuff, and then I'll put it into pictures and save it. You know, like all of my background pages that I know I'll reprint, and reprint. So all of that is just sitting in my pictures, eating up memory. So anything that I've bought since, I can't download because I still have kits on there that need to be printed off, and I still have all of that stuff in my memory because it's in my pictures. So now when I get that external drive, I'm going to take and move everything that's in my pictures, you know, that's going to be, you know, reprinted eventually sometime down the road. I'm going to move it over to the external drive. Now, I'm not going to keep any and all kits that I have ever bought. So, like if it is a journal kit that has fussy cuts and pages, those are more than likely going to be printed the one time and then gotten rid of. That was on 110-pound cardstock. That is super thick. That was back in the days when I was like, oh, I don't know, I'm printing, and if it's a fussy cut, it's going on this, you know what I'm saying, type thing. Now I've learned since better that if it's pockets or tags, put it on cardstock. Anything else, if it's not a journal page or something that I want to use as a journal page, I take and put it on a 20-pound regular copy paper for fussy cuts, just because it doesn't eat up as much ink for one, and for two, it is a whole lot easier to cut. Like, this is cardstock, so it's a whole lot easier to cut if you don't feel like standing on your feet than the cardstock is, because cardstock takes a little more squeezing of the scissors. But now, the Brother ScanNCut, you know, when you do cardstock, like where this is white, it will go all the way down and recognize that tan, and it will not cut. Even though it's not a clear line, it won't cut inside that. It recognizes the color. So you can go all the way down to the where it recognizes just the color of the tan. I know, I'm just yakking right now. But I'm just explaining reasons why I print certain things on certain cardstocks and certain things on just plain paper is what I was doing. All right, so let me set these over here to the side for a second because I need to pull out some stuff out of here. I need to get some pockets and such back here. Let me get these out. Now, I probably will not decorate all of these, but I'll put that on that. And put this one on here just because I think, you know, it's matchy-matchy. It's cutesy-patootie. Push that over there. Let's see, what do we got here? That's just ornaments. These are super thin, super little. So I think we can do that with that. And then put a word here. That I think I would like that. I'm gonna do the same with that one. Just put them there and put a word. Put that on that, like so, because it already has the words on it. And these were bits and pieces of scrap that I just put on book page. And then I'm going to put that one there, and that'll be a set. This here is backed on cardstock, time card. And I'm just going to take and put that there, and we'll put a word on it as well. I was wondering if that would show up on that. It might, but I think I'm going to put it on here, on this side, and we'll put a little word there. And that'll use those up. I really don't have anything for this blue one to go on to. Actually, let's put it on here. Let's turn it this way and put that in the middle and make that, and I'll have to back it, but that will make that a journal card. Okie doke. These are just ornament pockets here. Just need to be inked and rounded the corners of. Okay. Let's put these back in the back here. All right. Everything is inked except for the background pieces. Oh, okay. Let's start with these because these are the simplest. I'm not going to cut them down. I'm not going to put a pull in them. Which actually you don't have to put a word on them. Okay. There is the pile that we're working on. This, organize it out of my face. So this was just, like I said, it's a bunch of scrapbook cut off pieces that I took and just put on book page. Hey, look, I got these words right here. I don't have to get up and go get none. I can use them. These I love. I've used them on everything. And it is by Allure Books Crafts. And I just looked up pink and teal Christmas labels. Do not know if it's still on there because I printed these like not this past year but the year before. Okay, so now while I'm yik-yakking, let's get the show on the road here. Jingle bells. I don't really like that. It's too big. These may be too big. Mary. Yeah, it's covering up the trees. I actually just like that on there. I'm going to leave that alone. I actually just like that because I like the trees. The wash machine's spinning out, so Snoop's spinning out. If you can hear the racket. That's why I don't like to shoot videos in the daytime here because, you know, any racket, and plus the wind's blowing, you know, like I said, 40 miles an hour gust. So, you know, he hears that and he'll have a fit. And I inked or glued parts of that didn't need to be. And I do like it to where it's sticking out over it. So I'm just going to leave that there. I'm just going to do the same thing and we'll just rub it off because I don't know which way I'm going to put it down. Just depends on where my hands drop it, basically, is what's going on today. And then I'll just wipe the glue off the back of it. So I like those. Those will be the little tucks on the page. This, we're just going to go ahead and glue it right down on the middle there. And I need to put a backer on it so it can be a good journal card. Now this was the bottom of a gift bag. And I just cut it, glued the flaps together because I was wanting to make it like a faux envelope pocket. But, you know, I want to use that piece there. So that's going to be my journal card. Now I just need to back it. And that's it. Let's pull that out and rip it. So this will be a cute little journal card because that one kit that I have that is from Ginger Journals has like a tealy blue in it. And I think that will go in that quite well. Let's see. Well, line it up, line it up, line it up, line it up, line it up. Yeah. So I think that would be a great little journal card to put in that. Okay. So you remember the little gift bag sack that I used and put the gift bags in? That was the bottom off of that gift bag sack that I made. I was like, yep, I'm going to say that. That would be a great little faux envelope pocket type situation. And here we are. We're just going to turn it into a journal card now, because those colors will match that kit that Miss Ginger Journals has. Okay, these here, I think I'm just going to ink them up and let them go because they are tuck spots, ornament tuck spots. And it's got the washi tape ornament on it and then the ornament paper. Okie doke. Now this here, let's round this corners. Because these, I don't really want to glue them down as pockets. Well, we could. Just going to round up corners on it. These I didn't round because I think I can put them at the top of the page and make a tuck out of them. You see what I'm saying? So when I do it, if I put them in a journal as that way, I can round these corners, or if I put them at the bottom, I can round the top. That was the reason why I didn't do any Pacific because I really think that would be pretty at the top of a page as tuck spots, like an up tuck situation. And this is wrapping paper, just put on book page. It's pretty much what that is. And I'm not going to put a label on this. I'm just putting the trees on it and letting it go, because I like to see the other trees. Now when I put it in the book, I probably will put some little blings on that where the little light spots are. I'll probably take and put me some little bling on that to dress the tree up, but I won't put it on it until I get ready, because some journals, if you have bling in it, that's fine, and some I don't really particularly care to have the bling in it. Move that kind of more towards the middle, and I'll do the same with that one. I'll probably put some little crystal blings, you know, daddy bones or whatever. Okay, these here, I like that the line is up at the top of them, and these I do want label bits on them. Now what did I do with them? I just covered them up with my glue pad. I don't think I need to back nothing else. I think we are quite done with the backing papers. Let's put it up. Okay. I'm going to put vintage on that right there. I like that. And then I need something bigger. Let's put piece on this one. There we go, like that. Okie doke. Well, that was quick, fast, and in a hurry, wasn't it? Let's see. I am going to round just the tops of these because I think they would be really sturdy at the bottom of the page. Tuck spots or pockets. And this was a full 12 of 12 Christmas sheet that at the bottom of it, it had like Christmas trees and stuff like that at the bottom, but the rest of it was just, you know, the trim around it. And I said, well, I'm just going to use those. They'll make pretty little journal cards and or pockets. So that's what I said I was going to use. I'm going to leave that up so I can put the label bit underneath it so it looks like it's a clustery type situation. You see what I'm saying? But I want it like that right there. Okie doke. So then when I put it in the journal, I can add lace or bling or whatever. You know, yes we can. That would be quite pretty. So when we get to the dress up part, you know, we can add the lacy bits and the bling and all that type of stuff. That's why I'm leaving a little lip at the bottom. And seeing this, I could take and put like these little enamel dots. I could put that on there. That would be really super pretty. And this would be really pretty to have just a thing of lace across the bottom where it hangs out the book. Yep, both of them would be pretty like that. And I may put the enamel dots up at the top and then put the lace down at the bottom. That would be super duper pretty, wouldn't it? Let's go ahead and do that instead of just talking about it. Do it. Just do it, honey. Are these individual enamel dots? Probably. Heck yeah. Why, heck yeah, they are. You know they are. Okay. I got glue on my fingers. My fingers are wanting to stick together. And instead of picking the dots up, get it straight. There you go. I don't even know if my tweezers will work on them or not. Let's see. Probably not. Nope. Oh, don't stick to my table. There we go. We'll just do that. Now, well, oh, goodness. Straighten yourself up. There you go. Okay, so there we go with that. And seeing how we're talking about the vintage lace, let's see. Okay, put a little bit of this here eyelet lacy trim bits here. Where you at, buddy? Cut it right here. Put that on that one. Put the same on the other one. See, it's curvy, so it's gathered, so it wants to curl up with me, so. Okay. And look, that would be super pretty on this here, wouldn't it? Oh, yeah, look at that. Shut up. Where's the other one? Because it looks like the poinsettia, so let's cut 3 of them and put them on there. Yep, so them's going on that. That is so hard to tell which is the right side. They both look the same. So we could put that on that right there. Look at that. And I'll put 3 on this one here, and then I still have 2 left that I can use as a tag topper. Yes, we can. We use as a tag topper. Okay. So then, like, when we put it on the tag, I'll take and glue it like that, and that'll be my tag topper. And you see the front and the back. Yes, ma'am. I'm going to stick that right there, so I'll make me a tag, and that's what I'll use it for. All right. Now I gotta get these things put on here. Well, I don't need you stuck to my hand. Come on, buddy. Nope, that works too. Just flop it over. Flop it over there. Well, these are going to be super cute. These, I don't like things that are the individual like that. That's why I try to stay away from them. These just came in some kit packs that because I really wanted the paper, and all of this just came with it. That's how I wound up with the enamel dots from Carta Bella. And it is Hello Christmas enamel dot colors. And I've got all of those paper pads hoarded up. I ain't gonna lie. They're over here in the hoard up boxes. I'm not even lying about that. So let's try to get this stuff here glued on here. And then I got those two there that just need to be done. And I'll try to get off of here real quick like. Well, if my glue will work with me. Oh my goodness, the slow molasses air bubble. Y'all see that thing? Oh yes, I'm so happy. I ordered me a hot glue gun with the low drip on it that is rechargeable, that has its own stand, so you don't have to keep putting it back in, you know, the stand thing. I ordered that today too. So I think my sister's like, you know, I'll help you work with fabric, because I was like, I really don't know. I don't know if that's going to work making my covers with the hot glue. She's like, oh yeah, you will. You just got to learn, you know, the amount to put on it or what have you. And I'm like, okay. And I'm afraid of the glue gun because I know it's hot. I know it's going to burn me. But I want to get away from this Fabri-Tac glue because I really do firmly believe that that is what is choking me up. So I'm trying my best to get this bit here used up and get away from it. Now I have the Aleene's, like I said, I have that Aleene's fabric glue, or Fabric Fusion, whatever. And like I told her, I said I was fine using that night. It didn't bother me. So you know, just the squeeze bottle is the problem with that at the moment. So I'm trying to get this Fabri-Tac used up so I can get my bottle cleaned out and put my Aleene's glue in that. Oh yeah, I love that. See, that is exactly what that needed instead of the plain Janie. That is exactly what these needed. A little bit of scrappage lace. Oh yeah, see, love that. Okie doke. Now we just need to do this one here. And I got it on Amazon, and it stands up. It's rechargeable. It plugs in. It heats up, anti-drip, all that good stuff. And she goes, well, I've never had a glue gun. It did not drip. And I was like, well, the one that we got just oozes out. I mean, it just, you know. And I don't want that. I just feel like I'm just going to, you know, waste 100 glue sticks trying to, you know, figure out what I want. And it's like, but I wanted one that, you know, heated up fast. And this says it heats up in 3 seconds or 30 seconds or what have you. So as soon as I hit the button and I figure out, you know, how long my lace bit needs to be, it should be ready to go. And then I wanted one that was not going to be an anti-drip. I wanted one where I didn't have to keep a platform for it sitting on my desk plugged up all the time, you know what I mean? And then have to have a drip plate underneath it as well. So I just went to hunting, and I found one, and I seen it on Temu. Is actually where I seen it at. And then, you know, it just looked out that I was getting things off Amazon anyways. Mama needed some what is it, filter things for the vacuum cleaner. And then I still had some gift card money left. And then I wanted to order that memory thing. And then once all that happened, I said, well, shoot, I'm gonna go ahead, because, you know, it offered it at a 15% discount, which, you know, it was 20 bucks, just regular price. So then, once I did the initial order for the memory thing and the vacuum cleaner filters, said everything for 24 hours, you know, would be delivered free. And then I looked at, and it brought that glue gun up, and it said that it was on 15% limited time deal. And I said, all right, I'm getting it. So, and that's how that works. This year, I've been thinking about it. And, you know, everybody does their word or what have you for the year that they want to focus on. Well, my word for me is not really, well, it is craft related too. It's just happiness. Well, you know, happy or happiness. We're going to go with happiness. You know, just happiness. Focus on happiness. And that's what I'm going to try to do. And I've noticed that since, you know, I make myself every day going to work, I try to be in a good mood, leaving the house, going there. Sometimes, you know, sometimes people won't allow you to be in a good mood. I don't know. They just don't. But, you know, so I leave out, you know, I try to leave out going to work in a good mood. And then, and it ain't even really in a good mood. It's just, you know, not dreading going to work, and that's fine. You know, I've found that if I don't dread going to work, or, you know, like Mondays, I hate going in on Mondays. I do not like to work Mondays, because I know the weekend is when everybody forgets how to count with a calculator. You know, look, that's cute. So that's the pot set. And then here's this set of pockets. But anyways, Monday is my worst day at work, because I got to do all the catch up from the weekend, to figuring out where they did this and that with, and then all the orders and such. And that we just inked around. So they're going to be up tucks. That's just a journal card. Then we have this pockets here. We used up those bits and pieces. And that one. And then there's that one. And then I have this that we just put a sticker on. Thought that was cute. And then we just backed this little thing that came from our neighbors. And then all of these are just, we trimmed them up and put the whole punch covers over them. And those are super duper cute. Love that. And these came from a kit from Temu that was like about florals, and I said, well, I'm going to save that for Christmas. So we got quite a bit of stuff done today. Pockets and tags. So I'm happy with that. Well, I am going to get off of here. Let's see, what do we want to use you as? You will probably be more labeled as a journal card type situation. I am super happy with that. That's really what that needed, was those little bits there. They looked awful plain Janie, didn't they? And these here too. That's because, see, it has that poinsettia. So I said, yeah, that'll work. Super duper happy with that. And then these here just needed a little something on them. That's cute. Happy with this stuff. See, there it is, happy. All right, thank y'all so much. Y'all have a good day, and we will see you tomorrow. I'm going to come back tomorrow. I'm going to finish that Caroline journal I was working on, and y'all let me know if y'all were interested in a de-stash of the stickers and such. If you are, later on in the week, I'll put a video up, and that, and really, honestly, I don't want anything for them. If you'll just pay to ship it, I'll ship it to you. I mean, that's really the point that I'm at, because I hate to throw this stuff away, but I know I'm not going to use it. You know what I mean? So if anyone of my crafty friends is watching and you would like it, let me know, and I'll do a destash video later in the week. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good day.